I wouldn't expect too many people to be up today.
What was that?
Getting closer to the holidays. Holiday.
Yeah, we'll see. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Thursday Night Live 32. Let's see how many we get tonight. Let's see if we get the regulars. The cat's already pissed off at me. It's a good night.
That's why we're running a few minutes late, because the cat. I witnessed it.
Yeah, he just decided to go full attacking you mode. So he won't even look at me. He's looking back the other way. Look at him. He's not even.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you.
Upset a little bit. He wanted to play or a couple minutes ago.
He wanted to play and I wasn't wanting to play, and then he decided to piss on you.
Cats have their own personality.
Yeah, this one's bowling right now. He didn't get his way, so he's not happy with life.
Nope. It's bad enough somebody stole his tail.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? Everyone having a good December so far? I hope so.
I'm waiting for global warming.
Global warming?
Yes. I'll be happier then.
Why's it got to be global warming?
I'm hoping it'll make it a little bit warmer and less damp.
No, it's global cooling right now. Shoot. Oh, like your dogs are riled up.
Oh, yeah. That's because I'm not down there.
I dug this out. I haven't worn it for the last, I don't know, month or two. I figured if surely by now the battery's dead. I turned it on, it had half battery. I was pretty impressed with that, half battery.
Cool.
So that must mean it truly does turn all the way off.
Mine don't.
I know most things like the GoPros, like I can leave these things shut off full battery for about 3 or 4 days and they're dead.
Yep. Mine does. Mine does. Oh, it's about that long. If I were to put on standby one button video,
I got that turned off.
I got mine turned on, and I think I would get, if I turn it off, I'd get a little bit longer, not much.
Yeah, I got that turned off on this, and it still doesn't. It doesn't matter which battery I have in there either.
It likes its juice.
To either the GoPro or the Wasabi. And at first I thought, I was like, well, maybe it's just trying to keep the clock updated, but it shouldn't take that much battery power to kill the battery in 3 days to keep the clock running in the background.
I don't even have the clock set up on mine.
Even if it's not set up, it still runs. It still runs in the background. Even if it's not right, it still runs.
I should set it up for $19.99. That way I can party like it's $19.99.
I don't think the clocks even start back that far. Or the dates on these.
It should.
I think the furthest back they start is from the production date.
We'll do a GoPro hack. How's that sound?
Because you really want to have the wrong date, huh?
Yes. Oh,
Mike, I think you're having connection issues.
Yeah, I'm shutting things down.
So we got Gopher and we got Twisty Grip. How's it going, everybody? Says we got 4 watching. I'm one of them. So see what all we get here.
There we go. See if that helps out.
Sounded better. There you go, Gopher. It's there if you want it. This chat's been a thing for the last 32 live streams or longer. What's up, Sarge? Just spanking the monkey. Oh my god. Here, Twisty, in case you get brave enough.
Looking for brave enough.
I did not say Siri.
Serious. Serious.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Wow.
We love technology.
Wow, I didn't even say. That's amazing.
Serious is listening to you.
I thought I had that turned off.
That's Big Brother for you, my friend.
You know what? It updated, so the last update probably turned it back on.
Don't you love it whenever our stuff spies on us like that?
Oh, it always spies on you. And
Uh-oh.
I'll send you one through private message if you want to join.
It's the mad gopher. I think he has rabies.
It's the Gopher Rider, man.
I hate computers.
That's pretty good on time right there, and phone wakes up, and that's good shit. Oh yeah, they always spy on me. Anytime you wear a shirt of Japanese writing, that means you're. Oh,
And you don't know what it says. You just say it says soup.
well, I know what it says. How you going, Gopher? Congratulations on your first 100.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I was thoroughly dumbfounded that 100 people would even want to look at that for that long.
Hey, I'm still trying to figure out why I got as many as I do.
I gave up on trying to figure it out.
Well, Mike, I know why they watch you.
Oh, here we go.
Viewers has 2 videos of their own. No
They're
more
ju-
2 videos.
They're just waiting for that train wreck, Mike.
Yeah. Every time I go down, the freaking camera is not working.
And you're right, man. You look everywhere when you drive.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was bad about that. And
Well,
I don't know if you watched enough of mine. I thought I was bad about wandering. Man, you really wander.
well, I was taught to check every 3 seconds. I was taught to check a mirror.
That's truck driver right there.
Well, they taught us on a motorcycle. I mean, they taught us to check our mirrors every 3 seconds, and then to head check side to side every 3 seconds. So I'm doing something every second and a half.
Mm-hmm. But hey, the cool thing is you get to see inside of the Gopher.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's a sweet thing there.
What?
Oh, I love it. I probably haven't cleaned it since the, let's see, almost 3 years when I painted it.
You decide to come back? You gonna stay calm this time?
At least you didn't have to take it to a freaking car wash to use a car wash to clean it out.
So you're already side.
I did that. I did that before I painted it. That's exactly what I did.
Here's the new star of the show right here.
I thought that was the problem maker.
Oh, he does it all. He's problem maker, the star, and now he's like, yes, this is mine.
Watch your channel just blow right up. Because Ezio took it over.
Do ship it every 10 seconds then. See, like now he's being all purred and happy, and he's going to go turtle demon here in a minute.
Yeah, I was watching Musty One's video, how he had the police called on his police vehicle.
Yeah, that was
Meaner
cool.
Maid vehicle. I thought that was funny.
That was very cool.
Then a lady police officer was really cool about it.
Yeah, everybody out here just smiles and waves at me. They, State Highway Patrol, the Sheriff's Department, the City Police.
Well, it's legal to have it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just that, well, I see them all the time at the car shows. Since they shot my buddy, since they shot him, the news reporter out here, they've been even friendlier to me since then.
They shot your butt. I don't even want to.
Well, it was in the news. It was nationwide there for a while. He got out. Andy Grimm, he's the newspaper editor here, and he got out of a vehicle to take some pictures of a police stop, and the deputy sheriff shot him.
Oh, Jesus.
Known him for years and years and years, and knew who he was getting out. So one of the other towns close by bought all the newspaper guys big, bright, glow in the dark, those yellow reflective jackets that says news on the back of it, so that they won't shoot him again.
God damn. Talk about sugar happy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. As soon as he shot it, he knew who he was when he was shooting him, because as soon as he pulled the trigger, he started yelling out his name.
Dumbass.
But that's okay. They let him come back to work.
They let him come back to work.
He's a Barney Fife.
Yeah, and they figured he'd done shot his one bullet they gave him. He's okay now.
I was going to say that. He's safe now. No more bullets for you for years. You shot the one.
We're just going to give you rubber bullets from now on, dumbass.
Yeah, hey, rubber bullets hurt, buddy. They really do.
Yeah, but unless you're aiming for like an eyeball or it's better than the alternative.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just amazed that they've let it roll like it has. To tell you the truth, I expected somebody to get fried over it.
Pull your gun out. Stop, or I'll bruise you.
No,
I'll give you a nasty bruise.
I'll give you a contusion like you've never seen.
Yes.
Oh my! I'm sorry.
And I might run after you.
Sorry to hear about your buddy.
Yeah, well, he's back to work now. So the sheriff actually got back to work before he did, but he's back to work now. He has a really good hole in his side.
I imagine so.
Yeah, I mean, he's a young boy. I mean, I guess the community felt sorry and they bought him a new camera because they had like a couple $1,000 professional gears and all that stuff that got when he went down laid in the rain. I said, well, that was mighty decent of everybody. I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious.
It's like, here, we shot you. Don't shoot the shit all out of us.
Yeah.
Please don't.
He's a really good kid, man. I mean, I hated to see he's a young guy with a family and stuff and a couple kids, and It was. I've known him ever since he was knee high to nothing.
That's a shame. That guy needs to be given a desk job or something.
Well, something needs to be going on because like I said, he got out of the vehicle. He knew who he was. He grabbed his camera. The guy shot him without any provocation, no warning, no whatsoever, said he thought he had a gun. First of all, you knew who he was. You've known him for 15, 20 years. What the heck?
He thought it was just like a country western show with a draw. He wants to shoot first. You're not gonna shoot me with that camera.
I was really messed up there for a while, so I had to kind of take a back seat to everything because I it's hard for me to hold my tongue sometimes on that. So I really had to take a back seat because I wanted to try and let all the legalities straighten out about it.
There is. I mean, the bad thing is there is bad cops out there, but they give a real bad name to the good ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think this guy's a bad cop, okay, or a bad person, but I think there was a mistake made that needs to be looked into and then dealt with some type of therapy or counseling or something.
I would say also there was bad training.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know if therapy or counseling would help in that. Because that's a pretty conscious decision, because most people your go-to reaction isn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, and I know everybody says that, but out here where we are, it's not quite like that. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be quite like that, but if your psyche is allowing you to be triggered that easily with someone that you've known for years and you knew who he was when he was getting out of the vehicle and you knew what he was there to do, there's something going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely needs to be looked into, but
a little bit of background anger towards the person. I don't know.
You slept with my sister.
I thought
no, that ain't. Andy, yeah, I know that's funny, but now Andy's just not. I mean, he's had his problems, but he's a really good kid.
Well, at least he's living. That's the main thing. I mean, he shouldn't have a whole wound on his side like that. You know what I mean?
Now he's got that was my thing when I went off about it. I said, now this young man has to deal with the trauma of this for the rest of his life. He's the one, and everybody said, oh, well, we got to feel bad for the officer. Wait a minute. This young man didn't ask for any of this. He was fulfilling all of his obligations. He does more for the community than most other people. So, it just really, like I said, I pretty much went off. They had to kind of lock me away for a little while.
I mean, that he's got physical and mental problems now. I mean, let alone the PTSD. You never get over PTSD, really, truly.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, how to handle it,
Yeah, you kind of get through it, but to this day, I have issues with some of my past, and that's why I knew what he was going to go through. I know what it's like. It's going to happen. And he does not deserve that, but a lot of people don't deserve what happens to him. It is the way things are sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, Dante, did you send out hate mail to everybody or what?
Mm-hmm. It's like Mike said, it's getting close to the holidays.
Yeah.
We'll see if I can. Who's on? I mean, Matt doesn't show online. Cave showing here. I sent Twisty Grip a link, but he never wants to join.
This week I got like 3 letters from him that was totally hateful. I mean,
oh, really?
What was it? The letter F, the letter U, and the letter R?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, hey, we'll do what we can do. If it gets too boring, we'll call it early. But
you figure it's getting close to the holiday and people are spending more time with family and all that.
which it's only what? Today's the 7th.
Oh, people start before Thanksgiving with family. Oh, it's the holidays. We need to get together.
Yeah, I can understand some of that. There are certain people in my family, it takes me at least a week to prepare to meet them.
Let's see.
It takes me a week to prepare to meet some of my family. Then it takes the rest of the year to come back around of therapy afterwards.
Bandages, gauze, and salve.
There's about 2 weeks before actually Christmas, so I don't know. Yeah, I figured my phone waking up and going live would have. It just totally blew my mind. Which, while I have it in my hand, I'm going to disable that.
Actually, what it was is you just triggered everybody and they just don't want to come on because your phone went off.
No,
They're afraid of saying something and the government will peek in on it.
They're
no.
all listening.
Yes.
No,
They
do
don't-
not listen for it.
They don't care about your live stream because they know it's all a bunch of bull crap.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm not taking any chances. I have my tinfoil hat on right now.
You guys are no fun. You got to get those microwaves in your head. And
Listen, I've had my head scanned by professionals. I don't need those CIA and FBI amateurs.
amateurs.
I just tinfoil my walls and cover my windows with newspaper.
I thought seriously about building a Verde cage and stuff. I mean, one big enough to encompass the whole workshop.
I've thought about building one around. I got one of those smart meters for my electric meter. Build one. Let them drive by or try to figure out what's going on because you can't see it from the road.
Yeah, that'd be a blast.
Just to fuck with them. Part of my language.
One time, I probably had enough copper wire that I could have built an entire Verde cage around my home shop.
That's not paranoid, no at all. Come on.
Nope.
No, paranoia is when you think, I know.
You get visited at night?
No, they don't come and pick me up anymore. They had enough samples of my DNA.
I don't have no problem with the government. It's those damn aliens.
Yeah.
They like to hover over my house and suck me up to the chimney.
There's a couple of really good animations out there about that. I don't know if you guys seen them, but if I could get them, I'd have to try and repost them or something. It's awesome.
You know, of all the videos I watched, I just realized last night that the laughing at the end is Matt's mother.
Yeah.
I just realized that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I had to ask him permission. I didn't want to PO mama, so I had to ask permission, and I took and modified it just gently, just speeded it up a little bit, but that's really her laugh.
Yeah, I just realized. I'm like, wait a minute. I've heard that before.
I sent Matt a couple of emails and stuff to see if he'd come in on the chat, but he's mostly asleep and stuff during most of the time everybody else is awake, and then he's awake when everybody else is asleep because of his illnesses.
Well, when he is awake, he's working on stuff. I'm small fry to him, so.
No, no. Well, look at me. Look what he's done. I mean, he's done for me. You can't get much smaller than this, buddy.
Yeah, you can. I've been.
Remember, Dante, it's not a competition.
No, it's not a competition.
I know, but I've been there, man.
My subscriber count is the negative numbers. I owe subscribers.
Hey, there are places out there where you can pay $20 and get 100 subscribers.
Oh, there's places you pay $20, you get more than that.
Well, in my day, it was $5 just downtown all day, but I don't know what it is now.
Anymore. I think with a couple $100, you get one subscriber off the corner.
Wow. You know what? And I know a lot of people say this. For a couple $100, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Wow, this took a turn.
Offhand networks real well.
I mean, I've got 2 crippled wrists, but I'll take care of it anyway.
We'll pretend you're Wallowitz. We'll make you a mechanical arm.
No, well, no, you think about it, you get old ready, and then when you feel like cheating, you got lefty right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were a Big Bang Theory watcher or not. I had to say it.
Oh yeah, I know what you were talking about.
Just unplug it.
It had the death grip on him.
Matt's really not that far from me or Mike.
No, he's on the other side of Columbus by about 75 miles, 50 to 75 miles.
He lives up by Youngstown.
Yeah, almost there.
Oh heck, Youngstown's just on the other side of the state line for me.
Literally, I commented on the video. I said Youngstown, right? He goes, "Yep." I said, "Christ, dude, you're only a little over hour. You're about an hour 45 from me, man."
The state line for me is literally on the next hill, top of the next hill.
Well, Mike, you're about 2 hours from me, so you're just another like 15, 20 minutes past Youngstown.
That's if I'm going slow.
Let's face it, we have KLRs, we're going slow.
I was just going to say that it's hard to keep the KLR to go slow. I mean, it's a power.
All that power.
Like I said, let's face it, we're going slow.
Okay, again, it's not a competition, but you know who you're talking to, right?
The poor gopher. Don't pick on it.
We're not picking on him.
Oh no, and I fully accept anything because I tell you what, even when I get the Flossie trike done, all these guys that want to do high double and triple digit numbers and do wheelies and all that stuff, you can just keep on riding because I'm there to enjoy the ride, not to go to the hospital and not get pulled over.
Dude, triple digits on a KLR is not no.
Well, you got a grease pencil.
I've seen a KLR do 110 on YouTube, and you know, YouTube never lies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you can get rich just by posting videos.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I used to ride with the Buckeye boys down Newcomerstown, and I mean, they would wonder why I would lay so far back. I ride my own ride.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
Go do whatever you want to do. Just let me know where we're going. I'll show up.
Well, that's like I said. I mean, I'd probably any place I'd ever ride with anybody, I'd just be batting cleanup because I'll probably be the last one in.
You could be the chase vehicle.
We'd be right there with you, man.
You could be the chase vehicle. We'll put a first aid kit in the back end of the gopher. And we'll put a couple extra parts.
Yeah, I've parts of what? People parts or motorcycle parts?
A little bit of everything.
Motorcycle part.
Yeah, I've had my days riding on the emergency squads and stuff. I think that's why I'm so particular about people rolling stop signs and not singling and not having their lights on in the rain. Because I've seen that shit. I've seen too much of that cause some major, major carnage.
I could put my old artificial hip in your back in there for you. That way, if I break down, you just pop it in.
I got a lot of bones. I got a couple of skulls and a couple other things. So
We'll just put you back together, duct tape you, and you keep on riding.
well, in the 70s, like in colleges and stuff, in the 70s, you could go and pick up all kinds of, but there people will their bodies to science. They used to, after they've been used and abused so much, you could pick those things up for cheap nothing.
I'm just thinking we don't even need duct tape. We just carry crazy glue with us.
Well, that is some
That's
good
the
stuff.
doctor used on my hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, glue the women use to put the fake fingernails on. Yeah, that's exactly what he used on my hip to seal it up.
Yeah.
Yep. He told me, so I said, we have a gallon of it down there for surgeries. We buy it by the gallon. Like, cool. Now I know what to carry with me.
So if somebody just gets like carried away and just can't stitch it all up, they just dip you in it, right?
He uses a syringe and just syringes it up, just puts it across the incision. The whole incision was done with that.
Oh no, that takes too long. Open up the drum. We're going to dunk them in there.
Yeah,
That's it.
just like plasti dip.
Plastic dip. I'll tell you what, though, he had it slathered up all over the skin really good. That stuff got itchy as heck.
He didn't get it on nothing important, did he?
No. I'm hoping that chances are he had the important stuff covered up pretty well.
Well,
yeah, but his important stuff and your important stuff might be two different things.
Yeah. I'm sure by now, if he would have had trouble going to the restroom, he would have known by now.
Well, they did give me medicine to help me to go to the restroom. But he did take one of my balls out, so you never know.
Your hip ball?
Yeah, it was my hip ball.
Okay.
Jesus. Oh, man.
I mean, not too many people could say that they could walk around town with 3 balls.
There you go. You got 3 natural and 1 artificial.
No, 2 natural, 1 artificial. Actually, be 2 natural, 2 artificial, because I can carry my old one in my pocket.
Now you're just bragging.
Where did we go?
I've known a couple of guys that could carry it in their pocket, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time with them.
Jesus.
Why were there only 3 out here?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Well, you figure I could literally say this to be truthfulness, that my wife can carry one of my balls in her purse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did Raven ever contact you after last week?
No, she hasn't talked to me. Why?
I was just curious.
Was she supposed to?
No, I just was curious.
I hope she didn't get offended by anything.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah. That's what I was concerned about.
I imagine she's working. She was sick, if I remember right.
She wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, I'm kind of hard to take when you're in 100% condition. If you're not feeling well, that could be
no,
hard.
She's got a lot on her plate right now. She's working. She's sick. She's working on. She has a couple friends that are, and then she likes to go down to that maker space.
Yeah.
She likes to hobby around.
Yeah, that's one of the goals that Matt was trying to do, was if he ever became rich enough to
She wanted to do a maker space.
build a big huge thing where people could come in and work on their things and build their stuff and to have all the tools. He'd just have it all supplied.
There's a lot of money into that.
Yeah.
I'd just like to get a 3D printer.
Yeah, he's got two of them, two or three, two of them, I believe. He uses them to make the hands and stuff for the kids that have lost their fingers or hands.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he just had the one.
No, he's got a couple of them. He may even have three. I know he's got two for sure because he had to get parts for one that just came in, and he was making the Mr. Fusion parts and stuff. But on the one of them that it does super finite stuff, he makes the hands for the kids.
I'd probably get in trouble with one though.
Oh yeah.
How's that?
Get bored and make things I really shouldn't.
You gonna make nefarious stuff? You gonna make a giant strap on? Is that what you're gonna do?
To go with my single ball.
Oh my god.
It's getting lonely in his pocket by itself.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Right now, it's in a bag beside my chair. I figure it's appropriate. Your ball should be in your bag.
Yeah, that's where I keep mine since I don't have any use for them anymore.
I thought about willing my ball to a relative.
Willing it.
Yeah, putting a will.
You know, that's like something that you prank, like the asshole child that you.
I've got two of them. It's hard to split it between two of them.
Well, no. I mean, like I said, when you have that one asshole child that you just want to spite them, you will them something like completely off the wall.
I'm actually going to will my children garbage, literally garbage, and I'm willing that we're going to will the house to like the Humane Society.
Well, there was that one old guy that willed everything to his cat, and his son was mandated to take care of the cat, and if anything happened to the cat, all the money went to the Humane Society. So if the longer the cat lived, the more money the kid had to take care of the cat. But as soon as anything happened to that cat, he was totally cut off. Wouldn't that set your priorities straight for your family?
I mean, my house is only worth at the well, it was appraised at $64,000, which isn't much. But I figured, you know what, the Humane Society can use it more than my kids. My kids are buttheads.
Well, you know, they also say debt is an asset.
Who says that? People living on the street?
Well, no. The people who, when they read the will and they pretty much the kids end up with all their fucking debt, their parents' debt.
Oh yeah,
that is a transferable asset.
Yeah, I know they've got all kinds of weird laws and stuff for deceased taxes and all this stuff for people that are, you know, if you survive your spouse and they take everything and then you owe more than your spouse ever made and some crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Cray.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for rules and regulations, but when you've got, you know, something that gets so involved, it takes 12 people a year to decipher it. We've gone way too far.
That's what happens when you have bureaucrats to decide what bureaucrats do.
Yeah, we've given up way too much power.
I've been saying that since I was a teenager.
Really? Like Thomas Jefferson type thing?
Yes.
Well, I always say me and Henry Ford, so
Actually, it's more like back into George Washington. I mean, I don't have insurance to even give me my wooden teeth.
yeah.
Like
There you go.
crazy ass bull crap. I mean, it's against the law to go out and cut a tree down to whittle my teeth.
Yeah, on your own property.
Yeah.
You can't park a car beside your house. You can't jack it up or change the oil in the driveway. That's why I moved out of some of the towns, Fairborn over here next to Dayton. I moved out of there because I moved to have a garage where I could do that. Well, I'd have a car sitting on the curb, and then I'd pull one out of the garage and jack it up to change the oil. They came in and fined me for doing that. They said, you can't do that. I said, what do you mean? I own this house, my garage, my yard. They said, we have regulations against that. I said, what?
Oh, I had a code officer come up, was it 3-4 months ago, telling me that I wasn't allowed to have my boat on its trailer parked beside my garage. And I told him, I said, I want to see the code because I've been asking to make sure I was legal the whole time since I had the boat. I've had that boat for 15 years. I said, you can't come around making your own codes up as you please.
Yeah, that's and then you get those homeowners associations that tell you you have to pay them money if you're going to live in this house and do this and do that. I go, well, I didn't vote you guys in. Oh, but everybody else did. I didn't vote you in. So why do I have to abide by your rule?
I lived in a homeowner association down Maryland, and they didn't have anything about working on your car, on your vehicle. They had a time limit if you want to work on your vehicle out in the parking lot. So I took it a little bit above and beyond. I tore down the whole motor and rebuilt it within a time limit. I mean, there was antifreeze all over the place. I mean, there's no way to handle that stuff properly in a tight situation like that. But they had a
Right.
and that was one of the new rules put in. No more rebuilding of car motors.
That's why I'm glad I'm back out here in the boonies and stuff. I mean, about every 3 years they try and pass something, but on the videos you've seen the front yard. You should see the side yard of the other lot. It's just horrendous. I mean, come on, people. This is our property. This has been this way since '63. It's not going to be any different. If people moved in next to me and built a $1 million or $2 million home and are claiming that it's all, whoa, you got to straighten that up and stuff. It was that way when you moved in. Do you think you're going to change it?
I'll try.
Oh, they've been trying. Like I said, about every 2-3 years, they come through and say, you can't have this, you can't have that, and whatever. And I just point to the curb over there. I said, see that ditch? On that side of that ditch where you better be standing in about 3 seconds.
It's what I told the code officer here. He started walking up beside my house looking for violations. I said, wait a minute, you're trespassing. You're lucky you don't get shot for trespassing like that. And he turned around and looked at me and noticed my gun was uncovered.
Yeah, they tried telling us that they're certified and licensed to do this. They can go any place. I said, really? That ain't a bulletproof vest, buddy. You better stand over there. They tried to pull that crap when they came into our store, telling us what we could do and couldn't do and had this and had that. And I just flat out told them, that ain't going to happen. And I ain't seen them, and that was 4 years ago.
I mean, the code officer said basically the same thing to me. And I told him, I said, what, you're above the police? Unless somebody is in danger of dying or being hurt, they're not even allowed on my property without a warrant.
Right?
Actually, the only code enforcement that could legally be on your property without a warrant or your permission is the game warden.
Right. Yeah.
That's the only one. They don't need a search warrant.
Isn't there something about firefighters or EMTs, something that community good or something like that, or community safety, if there's like a fire going on, or
well, for them to be
First responders.
Well, for them to be coming into your house like that, that means you called for them to come. Now, like code enforcement, that you didn't call them.
Nope.
Right, but if they see a fire from the curb, they're coming in.
I had the code officer screaming at
That
me.
might be, they can fight it, they can contain it, but I don't think they can go in. Because there was a joke years ago that one house burned to the ground next door to the fire department because no one was home.
I had a code officer screaming that said, I'm going to call the police. And I said, wait a minute, I have the cell phone right here in my hand. If they come here, I'm pressing charges because I told you 3 times to get off my property and you're on camera.
I got them on speed dial.
Just say, go ahead, we can use my phone.
I had the phone right in my hand. I told him, I'm all legal. And everything that was said and done here is on camera, is on video.
Yeah, you always want to be what I found, just for myself, you always want to be the first one to call, and you always want to be the first one to give a statement.
Yep.
Yeah, even if you're on the side of great.
Yeah. Period. You just because whoever tells them the first story, for some reason, that really overrides anything.
Well, look at Dante's accident.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's horse shit.
Yeah. I know. Sorry, we didn't mean to bring up old memories.
Memories.
So
Well,
it's going to be really interesting to see what happens for the court date. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes.
yeah. When is that again?
January 16th.
Oh.
About 6 days before my birthday.
Well, I've got an old back and neck brace that we can strap on you.
A wheelchair.
Nah, because if it gets pushed far enough, they can always pull the hospital records and show that I was discharged and wasn't in any. They can always do that.
I know a couple of RNs.
Yeah, but see, the other party ain't going to be there. It's just me versus the cop.
Well, they hurt you spiritually. You went to your reverend for it.
There you go, Mike.
Yep.
It's in your court now.
I'll come in official in my black reverend shirt with a little collar.
Well, the thing states I can bring one witness.
Take a psychic with you. I know several of those.
But
that's where I got my tinfoil hat from. Wait a minute. Maybe that was psychotics. I'm sorry.
but no, like I said, this is me versus the cop. They're not even going to be there. They're too busy working at whatever gas station they own.
Oh, thank you very much.
Pizza joint. They run the Domino's around here.
Quickie Marts.
Oh, we have a lot of those too. I mean, I thought it was awful funny that the Quickie Mart started having bulletproof glass put up whenever they're not in a bad part of town. Like, you must be pissing people off some serious, you know? Bad chicken.
Bad chicken.
That hot dog's been on that grill for 6 months.
Yeah, you buy now. You like it.
You buy now.
Oh, wait, that's Asian. I'm sorry. That's wrong affliction.
Doesn't matter. I seen you kick my dog. You kicked my fucking dog.
But no, it'll be really interesting to see how that case goes. If the cop even shows up, which he probably won't.
Well, if the Thursday after there's no chat, we'll know.
I'm not going to go to jail for it. Jesus Christ, guys.
I think prison has Wi-Fi nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm
Charlie
just
Manson passed away, guys.
We'll send him a tablet in a cake. That way he'll get through.
just saying that
So all we got to do is get a drone and fly it over the fence and drop it.
Yes.
like I said, guys, they're not gonna freaking incarcerate me for contesting a ticket. Wow.
Hey, Mike,
You were on the lam for what, 3 months?
Yeah,
you-
it took them 3 months to decide to send me to file the fucking ticket.
do you hear his voice, Mike? He says he hopes they're not going to send him to jail.
They hide a Bubba for me.
Oh, I wish I could tell you what I want to tell you, but I really, really, really can't. I really can't. But it'll be all right.
You won't be in long.
Yeah, you know that story. You know that story they tell everybody, listen, find the biggest guy on the yard and beat him up or whatever and beat his ass or whatever and you'll get respect.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you how that really works. Find the biggest guy on the yard, get next to him and bash your face into a brick wall many, many times. That works.
That works.
I'm not saying that I know, I'm just saying something. Because if you're crazier than they are, you're pretty much better off.
I've heard that.
The problem is you've got to get rid of the crazy after they let you out. You'll notice I'm not doing such a good job.
guys, I'll be fine. There's like 2 or 3 magistrates I know. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I just hope they do treat you with some type of fairness. I mean, you're not going to get treated right, but at least with some type of fairness.
I mean, that's how I know they have Wi-Fi in prison. Got you on here, Gopher.
Yeah. My ankle bracelet don't go very far, buddy. It lets me go downtown and back. And even if it starts to move, as long as I'm in the go for, they know I'm not going to go very far, very fast.
Create some sort of repeater that way to really mess them up. There's 2 signals.
Yeah.
No, what you
Yeah.
do is you sneak it off and put it on a mannequin leg. You're good to go.
Well, the new ones actually read your some of the new ones actually read your heartbeat, and if it gets too excited, it actually goes off also because they figure you're trying to either do something strenuous, running, or illegal.
But if you flatline, you're good, right?
Yeah, they'll get there when they get there.
Because I figure, if you put it on a mannequin, I mean, fuck, you're on flatline. Ah, fuck, he's gone.
Now it has to be. Yeah, the new ones do have to be on something alive because they do read the EAG or EKG or whatever from the heart.
Yeah, like my Fitbit does.
Yeah,
That can be mimicked.
Yeah.
Just hire somebody, a local kid. Here, wear this around this area until I come back.
But those ones with the GPS and the sensor and all that stuff, those things they're hard to beat now.
Yeah, you don't want to be behind the building that Shawshank Redemption was filmed in.
That was OP. I was there.
What's up, Friday? How's it going, man?
I went down there, took the tour of that building, and they didn't want no cameras pointing towards the windows back by the penitentiary.
Yeah, I took a tour too.
I got lots of pictures.
I got a couple.
Did it have numbers across your chest?
Uh, I can't tell you.
Do Gopher is at the Rock? What are you talking about?
No. I had to stay out of Michigan for a long time.
Bad memories or hell of a story?
No, they don't know. I can't cross the border. Well, I can now. It's just for a long time.
Did you get one of them? Don't let us catch you back here.
Yeah, after a couple years, they said that. Yeah. I said, don't worry, I'm going back to Ohio.
Ohio?
Kind of trapped. I can't go south. I can't go north. So I'll just have to stay right here.
That's where the useless nuts live.
You betcha. I prefer to call it the land of the giants. Not I don't know giant what, but the giants.
Well, got Bigfoot too. Down by Newcomerstown, there's supposed to be a bunch of Bigfoot living down there.
They had Bigfoot sightings in Bellefontaine. Bellefontaine.
Mm-hmm.
I go, you got to be kidding me. What would anybody want to be there for?
Well, nobody wants to be there, so the Bigfoot say, well, nobody's going to bother us then.
You know, I never used to be like this until like, oh, I don't know, 10 or so years ago. Like now when I hear these Bigfoot sightings, the only thing I'm running through my head is like, okay, who do I know that's probably doing that?
Oh, yeah. But
I follow a couple of Bigfoot search hunters over in Ohio.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of things possible. Not a whole lot of things probable.
But I know an awful lot of people that wear costumes for fun.
Well, sure, that was well, yeah.
So you can understand where I'm coming from.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about last week. That's why I was wondering if Raven was going to get back on or not.
Look at it. You can understand where I'm coming from. I know way too many people that'll do that shit just to troll people.
Her poor furry community.
Yeah. Well, I grew up with people. I believe that if there are Bigfoot, that type of thing, at least we're close relatives to them because they were some big hairy beast.
Again, I know people that get endless money and would pay just to have a Bigfoot suit made so they can go fuck with people.
Just make sure it ain't like deer season or something like that.
There's one guy I know that makes outfits that he actually puts night vision in the heads.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. I've been shot at before, and I don't think I want to put on a suit to enhance that factor.
Well, you learn to hide and
like Bigfoot.
Yeah, I've been doing that pretty good so far.
Yeah, I mean, the one guy. Let's see here. I can't remember the name of his website. But what he likes to do is he likes to do like the hyper realistic stuff. For the longest time, I wanted to get one of his suits, and I just wanted to troll everyone in town on Halloween. But I can't afford one of his suits. They're stupid expensive. And
yeah. Look, there's Bigfoot on the KLR.
Well, see, Bigfoot. I mean, everybody knows Bigfoot. You really want to get a Snatch outfit.
Yeah.
Not many people realize they got Bigfoot and you have Snatch Squatch.
Snatch Squatch?
No, I'm going to go straight to.
The Yeti?
No, I'm going to go straight to God is a giant fox walking down the road.
There you go.
You know, you want someone that when they see it walk by to stop and look at what they're drinking, going, man, I need to cut back or I need to add some more.
What was that rabbit on that old TV, that old movie?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Wasn't Harry, was it?
Movie.
Oh, the Invisible Rabbit?
No, the
No, it was something else.
guy seen a full size rabbit. I can't remember what the movie was.
The face of it was like a metal mask.
Yeah,
I can't think of the name. I know what you're talking about. It was a stupid movie.
just watch. Just dress up as like a bunny and go down the road. I just seen a rabbit walking down the road.
It murdered people. It was like the rabbit version of Jason.
Wow. I know a girl that's got a Pikachu outfit, but I don't think it'd fit you.
She wants a Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Wait, you know cosplayers?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're one step.
I
away.
know.
You're treading thin ice, man.
Yeah. Just because I know them don't mean I associate with their behaviors.
Oh, come on, we're all good people.
Yeah. I've seen some things happen.
Yeah, so have I. But tell me, how is any worse than what any normal people does? And also,
Well, that's
define
true.
normal.
That's true. I've been woken up by some strange things from parties in the '60s. So yeah.
Well, I said define normal.
Yeah, that was normal back then, though, bud.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of people passing out on top of a lot of other people passing out on a lot of other people passing out back then.
Yeah, but not everyone was all for the free love, though.
Wake up the next morning and wonder what the heck was in that bowl that you took.
Well, I know if you're not into that free love, then you better not be on the bottom. Because you're going to end up being woke up with your hair stuck to one side of your head, real crusty.
Kitty, what are you doing?
He wants to voice his opinion.
Yes.
No,
Express his First Amendment.
no, he wants to be held,
Cats have the right.
and I don't want to hold him right now.
Cats have more rights than we do.
Well, it's their world. They just let us live in it. That's the difference between dogs and cats. Cats know they rule the world. Dogs just want to please the person that they think rules the world.
My dog will sit there sometime and totally ignore me. It's like the Dr. Doolittle movie.
You mean your dog doesn't want to have anything to do with you either, Mike?
Sometimes, like, Jesus Christ. Can't even tie a stake to my neck, you know?
Can't even get the dog to play with him.
I got one of those attitude hound dogs. He's like,
He got an attitude?
He's got big attitude.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
I thought you got more than one, don't you?
I got 3 dogs.
Yeah. Various sizes?
Actually, yes. It starts with a Dachshund. Then I got a Cockapoo. Then I have the Irish Foxhound.
Damn, that's a big dog.
No, not the Irish Foxhound. You're thinking Irish Wolfhound. This is
yes.
This is the Foxhound. They're like a
So what's he?
almost like a beagle almost.
A long-legged beagle or a short-legged beagle?
Long-legged beagle.
All righty.
In fact, when I got him, the pound thought he was a beagle. Then I showed him that it's not spots. He has a blanket marking on his back.
Like a saddle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That defines him. But he's a sickly thing. You'd swear he's full-blooded.
How many cats you got, Dante?
Just one is enough.
Yeah, I was going to say. That was my next statement. Because they consume all of your time.
No, this one's just super needy. We've had cats in the past, and they were pretty well. Leave me.
Is he all inside or outside?
He's all inside.
Yeah, them's the worst ones. They got that stuck up thing.
Oh no, he's not stuck up. He's just needy. Like
If
right
I
now,
want-
he
if I
keeps
want-
jumping up on the desk into my lap or into my arms.
If I want to have a cat that pays attention to me, I go down to Dante's. My cat doesn't want nothing to do with me.
You got a cat too?
Yeah, I've got a cat. I got a Siamese.
Oh, we used to have Blue Point Siamese. Mom used to raise them.
He's a seal point. She's a seal point.
Yeah.
She's got altitude. She does not like me. Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mom used to raise those and standard poodles, the big poodles.
Mhm.
Yeah, buddy, you want to talk about dogs? Those make some of the best all-around hunting dogs, bird dogs. People don't realize that, but the downside to it is that their paws are so small and they get injured so easily.
My dad used to use a toy poodle for rabbit hunting.
Poodles are really good. They can be cross-trained for bird, rabbit, all kinds of stuff. You can train them to retrieve. They're really smart dogs.
His beagle, one shot, he'll be back home. That poodle, he'll be
Yeah.
out there going after the rabbit.
Yeah, the beagles on the farm, we had two different types. We had the short-legged and the long-legged. And the short-legged were just like they had beat their head on a rock too much or something. Just no sense to it. But the long-legged ones, man, when you went hunting, they were right there and they were with you. The short-legged ones would always get in your way and scare the game off. And as soon as you shot the gun the first time, they were heading for the farmhouse.
I always liked hunting with bassets.
Those are some noisy SOBs, though, man.
I know, but they were always enjoyable because they were you get around them, they look so dingy, they got their head bouncing because they're all excited.
Yeah.
They were just so fun to hunt with.
My aunt had one on the farm, and when it was a puppy, it was all day. We had to take a clothespin-like clip and clip its ears behind its head because when it was a puppy, its ears were so long it would start to walk and just do a head over, just go head over ass and stuff because it stepped on its ears.
Oh, my basset, it had such a hard time with ear infections because of the ears.
Yeah.
I was constantly tying his ear back, make sure that it's all clean and dry. Mine loved beer, and I didn't know it until another YouTuber came over. And he fed it beer and pizza, and I loved it.
That's a party hound there, buddy.
I was like, you're getting my dog drunk because he was drinking beer. Next thing you know, walk over to its pillow and fall asleep. This was in my garage. Like,
Well, it didn't have far to fall.
No, not at all. That was one cool dog.
Yeah, I like the one that they had on the farm there. Once it grew up, it was an awesome dog. But its balls would drag the ground when it ran. It was something terrible.
I had mine fixed, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Well, they were wanting to breed this one because he was sired, is the father lineage and all that stuff went back, and they had all these paperwork, and they were going to breed him and whatever like that. He didn't care for girl dogs at all. He wanted to run and hunt, and that was it. So I don't know if they ever fixed him, but that was probably 30 years ago.
See, I love that dog because of the howl. If it got outside of my fence into the neighborhood wandering around, all I had to do is wait, and it would tell me exactly where it's at.
You could, for miles, we used to let him go up by the airport. You could let him go up by the airport in Marysville, and there was probably 10, 15 miles to the next highway out there on 33, and you could hear that thing in the woods forever.
Yep.
Just
You want
I
to
had
talk
a
about?
loud too.
You want to talk about annoying animals? My cat right now, he wants me to hold him. He wants to curl up in my arms, and he can't get comfortable. So he starts getting upset and starts getting frustrated and starts attacking.
You're not soft enough.
I'm serious. That's what he does. That's what like right now. I just put him down. Now he's like bulling. He's sitting there huffing. He throws a tantrum.
Have you had him since he was a kitten?
Yes.
Okay. He had to learn that from somebody.
The kids learn from the parents.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'm not home that much for him to.
Yeah, that might be it too.
Watching Twitch TV.
I had two Cocker Spaniels. I had a golden one and a jet black one with a white star on his chest. And when we left the house, my ex-wife, well, my wife back, whatever. Anyway, when we left the house, and and we'd come back, they had actually eaten through the room that we kept them in, eaten through the walls into the next room. They destroyed those houses and stuff. Destroyed them. But I couldn't get rid of them because they were hers before we got married. And then after we got divorced, I actually took care of them for a long, long, long time after that before she came and finally got them. But you fall in love with those stupid little things.
Oh yeah.
And then you can't, you just can't. We put thousands and thousands of dollars in back surgeries and cancer and tumors and epilepsy medicine. And oh my gosh.
Well, look what I did with my Dotson just about a year ago. I paid $3,000 for it to have a blood transfusion, 2 blood transfusions, because somebody poisoned them with
my
rat poison.
Oh my.
They're family members. Yeah, take care of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't have. I love them, and I want one so bad to spend time with me, so I can communicate with something on the same level that I am.
That's right. You have us.
But yeah, but I can't even really take care of myself, and I am a firm believer. And if you can't take care of your animals better than yourself, you shouldn't have any.
No, I spend more money on a cat than I do myself.
Yeah, I know, and that's just the way it is. If we're going to take on that thing, they give us a lot in return. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they give a tremendous amount in return, like no people ever will. But if you can't take care of them better than you can't have them. That's why I don't have one. Now, my sister's got one, and I go over there and love on that one. So, she's got a little doggy.
How about something like a helper dog for you?
Yeah, there's a lot of times I need stuff picked up and handed to me because the way my hands are going, it's getting harder and harder to grip, and I damn sure can't bend over. Usually it's just a dead fall. I just fall onto the ground and then worry about waddling around. I look more like one of those bull elephants on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I feel like and stuff like that. I'm waiting for somebody to run up and stick a harpoon in me.
Yeah, but most service dogs like that, they actually say you shouldn't show them affection.
No, I know. And see, I'm not going to be able not to do that. I can't. I mean, I just can't do that. The dogs. I mean, the dogs slept with me, and I'd go and when I couldn't sleep in a bed anymore, I sleep in a chair because I have to sleep setting up because of my spine, and it's just they're right there all the time. It's like my sister. Her little dog and stuff is an emotional support dog.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not a service dog. It falls under a different thing. It's all it is lovey, lovey, lovey. That's all it does. It doesn't fulfill any other function other than to be loved by you and love you. And that's it. That little dog is the awesomest little thing you ever saw in your life.
I mean, I've seen them where they train them to even open doors up.
Sure.
Many different things. That might be a good idea. I mean, from understand, you can give them affection, but you can't. You can only give them a slight amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when they get that vest on, you're not supposed to pet them. You're not
Nope.
supposed to make eye contact with, other than to give instructions, and that's it. Because once that vest goes on, they've been trained not to do it. That's why a lot of people, they'll take their service dogs out, and people want to pet them and stuff like that. And when they're informed, you can't do that. It's a service dog. They get upset and angry.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen that comedian, that guy that stutters? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Actually, I am sub to him.
Yeah, so I watch his stuff all the time. I watch a lot of people I don't sub to. I don't have time to keep hearing that ding 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 all day long with people putting up posts. So I watch a lot of them, but I don't sub to a lot of them. But anyway, he has trouble like that all the time. He actually has had lawsuits against hotels and everything that have turned him away because they said you can't have that dog.
And this was after his the lady that does all the setting up for him for the hotels and for for his gigs and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
I mean, she's already told them, hey, he has a service dog, and he'll walk in and said, we don't think you have a service dog. That's not a service dog.
Right. Where's the paperwork and all that? You know, they're not allowed to ask for the paperwork.
Yeah, I found that out
They
there.
are, yeah, they are not allowed to ask for the paperwork. They cannot, and they cannot refuse you because under the Disabilities Act, just like wheelchairs and the ramps and all that stuff, they cannot. If they do, they're in violation just by refusing you. Even if you are faking it, they're still in violation.
Mhm.
Yeah, but he's funnier than all get out. But I watch him sometimes a little too much, and then I worry about stuttering myself.
Well, I grew up with a stutter. It gets away from me every now and then.
Yeah, the more and more of the tissue in my brain that hardens up from that damage I had when I was a kid, the more my brain, I will get vapor lock like you wouldn't believe. I'll start to say something and it stops mid-sentence and I cannot speak again for the longest time. Oh, I can curse, but I can't speak. Does that make sense?
Because it's second nature at this point.
Oh no, I think it's first, but yeah, I mean that it's like chosen Tourette's or something. It just that'll always come out, but I can't get my point across or whatever. So like when I'm laying underneath a vehicle and one of my helpers is like handing me a tool, they kind of understand what the F F F F F F F F F F F F F F is after a while because I'm unable to say anything other than that word.
You see, if you
Maybe
watch
that's why
my videos, if you pay attention to my videos, you could tell that I'm fighting a stutter. Lots of times in my videos, and I mean, I know it's there. I've learned to work with it. I'll put it that way, because I mean, you never get rid of it, you know.
Right. A lot of people actually change the cadence of their speech. And in changing the cadence in their speech, it offsets the impulses from the brains to the speech center, and it allows you to speak. So a lot of people will sing, kind of like that singer. Remember the stutterer guy that used to sing perfectly?
There's a couple people like that.
Well, like the comedian
So, I mean,
we just talked about, he could sing, and he won't stutter. But if he talks, he stutters.
Right. It changes the cadence to the voice center of the brain. So a lot of times when I start to talk and start to do that, just like I am now, I'm breaking my speech into single words. If I break my speech into single words, then I don't have that problem with getting all locked up. But when I get too excited or I try and put my point across too quickly, it locks up, and then the FFFFFFFFF comes out.
Your mouth can't keep up with your
right. The speech center in my brain that breaks down the impulses to go to my mouth, if I override it, it gets really waggy, which is really bad because when I was in college, I was on a lot of the public speaking teams. I actually took classes in speaking and literature and all that. And a lot of times, none of that can come across because of some of my other problems, other than me being weird as hell.
We're all weird, man.
Yeah, but I have it on paper.
The only thing keep me from getting on paper is I've never went and talked to anyone yet.
I didn't have much choice. It was kind of mandatory.
Oh, I could go get papers. That's no problem.
Well, remember again, Dante, it's not a competition.
See, I know I'm
Who's
saying,
the craziest?
I know I'm saying I've been tested
You've been tested? My mama tested me.
a few
I'm
times.
not crazy. I'm not crazy. My mama tested me. She had me tested.
My mama dropped me on my head. Look what it did.
Yeah. I've been tested all right. Oh, yeah. I won't say I passed anything, but they have the results.
Oh, you passed the flying colors. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. There were a lot of colors there.
They weren't flying.
Yeah. Some of them were. Or some of them wish they could have.
I was thinking wish.
Yeah. We're on the 3rd floor. I don't care. I'm getting out of here.
You got a nice see-through door here, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've made a couple of those in walls. That was one of the things with my ex-wife and stuff when she started doing things with other individuals. Yeah, they lock doors. They don't realize that 2 feet on either side of a door is probably the softest part of your house
Mm-hmm.
and can be peeled open with a crowbar or a hide-a-chuck or a nightstick rather easily. And we make a whole new door. Another reason I moved out of Fairborn. But she lives down the street by less than a mile now, so everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. That's okay. I don't look nothing like I used to, so it's a good disguise. It took me almost 45 years to come up with this thing.
You worked hard at it.
I worked extremely hard at it.
But you look so much like Santa Claus, though. Everybody has your picture.
Yeah, I know. I get stopped every time I'm on that little scooter, like if I got to go to the mall or someplace like that.
Santa Claus.
I'm on that little scooter. I get called Santa Claus so much, and I go, oh, and my sister goes, no, it's Satan Claus.
Say, tell her to shush. Say, let me have my fun.
No, she's been there. She knows better. She's gonna get me out of there.
But you need to crew up the next generation.
No, we don't.
Does little Jimmy want a rocket launcher for Christmas?
Yeah. Little Jimmy know how to mix chemicals?
Have you watched Breaking Bad? How would you like to be just like?
You take the white powder downtown and you take the gray powder to the monument.
It's all good.
Go under Mummy's sink. There's lots of fun chemicals down there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 3rd Street on the east side of 3rd Street, once you cross the bridge, across the river in Dayton, that was basically no man's land. You didn't go there unless you were of a certain ilk.
No.
Yeah, I used to have a 64 Buick LeSabre wagon. It looked like a hearse. And I had it lowered and I had the windows all tinted. I had curtains in the back. And I used to drive that thing on the other side of that bridge all the time. And they used to go, boy, you look like you're out of place. And I told him, son, I can never be out of place.
They probably
They-
looked at you and thought real hard, the fuck you talking about, white boy?
Yeah, they like I said, you just got to beat your face on the wall to prove to them you're crazier than they are.
Is that why they leave me alone when I ride down to their projects on my bike?
I don't know. I've never been to your projects, but everybody I ever knew told me I was nuttier than fruitcake.
Well, we had riots in Sharon back in the early
Oh, yeah.
70s.
Yep. I know.
I live, what was it, like 4 blocks up the hill from that
Yeah.
projects.
It's the same time. At the same time that was going on, they had those ones in Cincinnati down here.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember those days, buddy.
They blocked off the ends of the They cut that project up into 3 projects, just so with barriers, so that wouldn't happen again. Hopefully.
Yeah. So one of the prime reasons I can't go back to Detroit, Michigan either. A lot of stuff went stupid between 72 and 78.
Is this another story time of Uncle Gopher?
No, I really can't tell those. I really can't. Oh man.
Does this have to do with the making a phone call and
Yeah, well, I really can't tell those on any type of electronic device at all. I really can't.
Gopher needs
It'll probably
channel.
It'll probably be different when we get to all meet up and stuff. It'll probably be different. You won't believe me, but I got the marks all over me to prove every one of them.
Gopher needs a pay channel on YouTube. That way you pay to hear the good stuff.
Yeah. No, I can't repeat some things because statute of limitations on a lot of stuff. I really don't want to get a knock on the door. So, and some things you see, this is a lot of things like the crapping in the yard thing and all that stuff. You can think it, but I'm telling you, here's the thing, buddy, and here's the key to all of it. As much as I bullshit and the things that I do tell that are true, but the things I don't tell, you can think it, but don't ever say it, because that's the only way you're not going to go where the Gopher's been. You can think it, you can do it, but don't ever talk about it.
That's why you got a rabbit Gopher for a picture.
That's you seen that guy? Isn't he wild? That looks just like me too, doesn't it?
That's why Raven asked the question.
That is one mad Gopher, buddy. He has messed up.
Well, he has a little bit of rabies going on, but
Yeah, well, that's his beard. That's his beard, and then he's got that little ponytail going out the back.
but that's why Raven asked the question last week,
Yeah,
because the avatar.
yeah. I just can't see that being a good avatar for a furrio.
You haven't explored the furry world too much, have you?
Not the mad furry world. The furry world that I've seen and all of the cosplay guys and girls and stuff that I know, they don't look like that. They are very nice. They look like the Zelda characters or some of the Warhammer characters or any of the all that stuff.
Okay, well, again, when I meet you in person, I'll show you the side of the world you've never seen.
Yeah.
He's gonna rock your world.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. You bring your scrapbook and I'll bring mine. But again, it's not a competition.
Journey.
It's an adventure. Journeys mean you actually get there. Adventures you may not return.
True, very true.
Because I've been on plenty of journeys that were okay. I've been on 1 or 2 adventures that I'm not sure I even got back myself.
Come on, cool.
But that's back when, I mean, that's back when you're, 22, 25, even 28 years old, and you rebound easy and heal fast. Dude. But when you get to be 60, dude, I'm telling you what, every dent and mark shows, every ache and pain is there. And you go, I remember why that hurts.
I do that nowadays from the broken bones and everything that I got whenever I was way younger.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm
My
only
wrist,
47. 47.
47?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Well, you look terrible for 47.
Thank you. I've been talking this whole time.
God,
Listen,
I
last
don't want to hear this, guys, because my medical chart looks like a fucking erector set when I was a kid.
yeah, well, I look like 60 mile of bad railroad track, buddy. I got more marks and stitches and sewed up parts and stab wounds and pencil marks. You ever been stabbed with a pencil?
Yes.
Once.
How many times?
You wasn't expecting that answer, was you?
Yeah. Was it on purpose or did you stab yourself?
Oh no, someone did it.
Was it in school?
Oh yeah.
Oh, were they meaning you permanent and malicious harm?
Yeah.
They're probably trying.
All right. Do you still have the marks where the pencil lead left a little tattoo for you?
No, because I dug it all out.
Oh, you should see my arms and the back of my neck and my shoulders. I got freckles that look just like little tattoo marks.
You telling me you might have more lead in you than a number 2 pencil?
I got more lead in me than that, buddy. I've never been shot. Been shot at, not been shot, but I have been stabbed and beat with just about anything you could grab inside or outside.
Let's see here. I've really only broken one wrist.
Yeah.
And that was with me on rollerblades.
Oh, rollerblades? Oh my
Yes.
God. I never could stand those things.
I was one of the first kids in the area to have a set.
Yeah, roller skates back in the mid 60s, late 60s, early 70s and stuff. Roller skates were the big craze. And then the 80s, they had that resurgent, and then the rollerblades came along, and all the roller skaters hated the rollerbladers. I never could figure that out. They're the same thing, kind of.
Well, anyway, I was one of the first kids in this area to have a set. And I got good and was able to do tricks. And the one local skate rink, someone carried a drink out onto the rink floor and spilled it.
Yeah.
Well, when I went to, I jumped and did a spin. When I landed, my one skate hit the wet spot, slid out. I was still spinning from it, and the way I landed, my left hand was hit the knuckles and it just went down. That's the wrist I broke.
You didn't wear those wrist braces and stuff?
This was in a roller rink. No. Wrist braces, those weren't invented yet. Rollerblades were still new.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have to I have to wear those damn braces every day now. There's the ones that they used to make the rollerbladers wear. I have to wear them every day now. Yeah.
Well, like I said, when they first came out, safety on skates wasn't a fucking thing.
No.
Oh, yeah. I totally understand that. Yeah.
And after that, like I said, I broke both bones in my wrist right before the joint.
Yeah.
So I was in a cast that for 9 months. Then my left shoulder has been ripped out of socket. My right shoulder has been ripped out of socket.
Wrestling?
No, working. I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, my dad, he worked for he worked for himself a lot of years and still worked in our job. Well, I worked with my dad when I was real young. But anyway, those have been ripped out of socket. Never went to the doctors. I popped them in myself. Let's see here. I've sprained both wrists more times than I can count. My left knee's been hyperextended twice. And then all of this happened before I was 20.
Wow.
My left hip's been ripped out of socket. I've been partially ran over by a car.
I've been there.
Been there.
Didn't
Listen,
break nothing.
It's a, like I said, on my party and most people's other parties are two different things. It's a party when you wake up under a 4-wheel drive truck parked on top of you, and every time you set up, you keep hearing a ding, 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 and you can't figure out why.
But anyway, there was that. I've slipped vertebrae in my back. When I was in weightlifting club in school, I know my left knee. Anytime I do leg presses, my knee would just, you could just hear it pop. It just sounded like someone was like, you know, like those ball and joint sockets on action figures. You know how they make like a popping noise when you pull them apart?
Yep.
That's what my knee sounded like.
Have you had your cartilage checked in any of that?
No.
Well, don't wait too late, because with what they've got now, they can actually regrow cartilage in spots. Let it get too far, then you're going to end up being the $6 million man like Mike.
Well, like I said, this was back in '95, '96.
Yeah.
When I needed that. And that was also when I was doing leg presses of like 800 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when we were in wrestling and stuff. Those guys would dislocate shoulders, hyperextend legs. Just crazy stuff. And the coach, there was none of this. If they would try and do that nowadays to any kids, my God, they'd be in jail already for, abuse to kids and stuff. The way they treated us back then.
We called it fun.
Yeah, we didn't know any different. What they were letting us do and stuff, forced us to vomit and stuff for weigh-ins and all that stuff. And wondered why your teeth were, turning yellow and starting to fall out.
I know when I was wanting to go into the Navy or military, but Navy I was going to probably go in.
Right.
I know I went and talked to the recruiter, and I was like, oh, let's see here. Trying to remember what the weight was to get in. I was like 10 over.
Yeah.
And at that time I was running like 3 or 4 miles a day. I was living on pretty much a liquid diet for like a month.
Yeah.
And I went into the recruiter the one day after after the month. He hands me a bottle of X-Lash, goes, "Don't come out till that's empty."
They were trying to get you for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "Go in there and don't come out till that's empty." I was like, okay, whatever. And I was literally walking here telling him to point, "Dude, I can't do it. I'm fucking sick. I'm lightheaded. I can't do this, man." I said, "I can't drop any more weight." So I went in. I was like 1 pound. And I told him, I said, "Dude," I said, "I can't do it." I said, "I'm sick all the time. I'm fucking lightheaded. It's like I'm in fucking basic training and I ain't even left yet."
It's a wonder he didn't just put a hypodermic needle in you and start drawing blood, get that 1 pound out of you. When I went in, I was also going to go into the Navy, and they were just developing in 67, 68. They were developing the FAVs, the fast attack vehicles that the Navy was carrying.
Yeah.
And they would launch those, and they would go through the Woolly Boys, and they'd take them onto the beach, and then the FAVs would go in. They were basically glorified Volkswagens, is what they were.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I went to go in, once I found out that they had that, and when I was going to go in and stuff, I went in through for the testing first. They wanted to find out if my brain even worked. So I went through all the testing and all that. And I went in for the first of the medical evaluations. And when I went in for the second one, and you strip all down and you do all this, and they do the full, they looked at me and they said, "What's this? Wait a minute. What's this? What's this?" And then I started naming off all the surgeries that I had, my first one's at 5, and then the next one's at 16, and then and they go, well, go put your clothes back on, go sit outside. And they came out and said, "There's no way that the United States government is going to put $1 million worth of training into you, and you go out there and have cancer and have this and all that and everything." And I said, "Really?" And they said no. And that's when they wouldn't let me in.
That's discrimination.
Well, I can't blame them, because after that, I probably had like 6 more surgeries, and I've had several melanomas taken off, and, all this other degenerative arthritis and a bone disease and all this other crap. So yeah, they'd have lost money. I can kind of understand that, but I wanted to go play with the dune buggies.
Yeah. I
wanted to go.
I can understand the concept, but it's still discrimination. They should have let you
Yeah.
go out and play with the dune buggies.
Yeah, they'd have been, listen, as much money has been put into surgery from the time I'm 5 until the time I was like 22. Yeah, I don't blame them either.
They should just give you a special pass just to go out and play with them.
I
You
told
tried
them, I
so
told
hard
them
here.
later on that they just wanted to strap a bunch of C4 to me and take me over and drop me off over Afghanistan. Just let me go.
Just let me go.
I can probably guide myself right down into wherever you want me to be.
I'll give them a little bit of Allahu Akbar.
La, 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 la.
But yeah, man.
What was that movie that was that Dr. Strangelove or something, where the dude rode the missile down?
I don't know.
I think it was Dr. Strangelove, where they dropped the nuclear bomb over one country, and he rode the missile all the way down, guided it down, and he was going, "Yee-haw!" I was a cowboy riding it like a bull.
No, I didn't remember that.
It's a
That's
really,
a really old movie.
really old movie. I saw the first running of it. Okay, thanks.
But yeah, after that, then my brother and my dad talked me out of enlisting. So I said, okay, I won't go.
Well,
Yeah,
with
my dad
me, within a week of my getting on the bus, I had my car accident, and I was actually enlisting into the Marines. And my dad always told me, if you ever join the Marines, I'm going to break your leg just so you can't get in. And whenever I was in the emergency room after my car accident, I looked up at him and said, "I beat you to it."
Nah, 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 nah.
And my parents didn't know that I was enlisted. Said, "I beat you to it."
Yeah, mine. I remember walking in a recruiter's hand. His boss said, "Go in there, don't come out till it's empty." I'm like, really? I said, Christ, dude, I'm already on a fucking liquid diet.
What was their weight limit?
I can't remember. I think it was like 230 or something like that.
Well, I graduated high school I was 6'3" at 258.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to have a problem with any of that. But all the scars and all the other stuff going on and stuff, they had problems with that.
Well, I was when I talked to the recruiter, I was 245, and that was just mainly muscle, and a lot of it. I spent like 2 months basically trying to tear down muscle.
Yeah, you were eating away at your body pretty heavy if you were, trying to go down that far.
Yeah, like I said, I got down to 231. And I told him, I said, guys, I'm sick. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. That was the real bad part about wrestling and stuff, man. You destroyed your body. You would, because you're wrestling probably under 5 to 10 pounds of weight class than you really should be. And man, that when they've got you thinned down like that, you could see through your skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, like I said, I was 245, and I was feeling pretty good, and they're like, you gotta get down to 230 before we take you.
Yeah, I'm right at 6 foot now, so I've lost about 3 or more inches, and I probably weigh 278. So,
well, now I was looking at the height chart now, because when I was going in, the height chart didn't go above like 6'3".
yeah.
Now the requirements for 6'5", you know what they want you to weigh now at 6'5"?
No.
220 pounds.
Yeah, well, I've taken poops that big, man.
I was sitting there looking at that. I was like, 220. Dude, I got down to 230, and I looked anorexic, and I was sick.
Yeah.
I said, I can't imagine being 220 and being that tall.
Well, I had a buddy of mine that went into the submarine team, and he was 6'4", but he only weighed like 200 pounds. Really, really thin. But he was 6'4" in a submarine.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody
too
else,
tall.
he said everybody else was like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah,
That was as high as they would be.
No, you don't want to be that tall in a submarine.
No, he had never been able to stretch out his entire enlistment.
No, I was going to go in as what was it? I was going to go in as a I was wanting to go in as a plane mechanic.
Yeah.
I wanted to work on the jets.
Yeah, that'd have been cool. That'd have been a good job to come out at too and stuff. I just wanted to go play with the dune buggies. They had a driver and they had a mechanic. So you had 2 people that were sent off on reconnaissance missions and stuff, and you had to fix them to get back. But I should have thought about something like airplane or diesel mechanic or something like that, and maybe they still would have let me go in. I don't know.
I wanted to be a latrine digger.
Oh, I'd probably be really good at that. Back then, I couldn't dig for shit now, but literally.
Well, before all that happened, I told my brother, and that my brother said, he goes, if you're going to go in, pick a field that'll translate out into the real world. He said the Navy and the Air Force have the 2 better chances of a job translating to the real world.
I was going into the carpool.
And in the Air Force, originally I was going to go to the Air Force, but again, they wanted me. I think it was they wanted me at like 220. I said, there's no way I can drop that much weight, guys. I said, you want me to drop 20 pounds? So I went to the Navy, and they said 230. I was like, okay. I said, maybe I can drop that. And like I said, I was sick.
Yeah, it's rough, man.
And yeah, because I was wanting to be on an aircraft carrier, and I wanted to work on the planes and that.
Well, since they wouldn't let me go in about 10 years after they turned me down, then I ended up racing sand rails and dune buggies up in Michigan and stuff. So, uh, you know, I still got to play in the sand, but it still wasn't as fun.
You don't have people dropping bombs at you. And
That's what's saying. I didn't get to shoot back. But I found out when you try that, then they end up putting you places.
Yeah. They tend to not like that when you do that.
Yeah, they don't let you work on dune buggies and stuff either. You get to pick up cans alongside the road.
Sound like you have experience.
No, I don't know nothing.
knows nothing.
Not a thing. Nothing.
Well, I think we're going to end the live portion of this. Everyone who came and stopped by, thank you. As always, it was fun. I'm glad to see some people stop by. We'll try to do this again next week. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
See y'all.